This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Adam Porter. Protests against strict coronavirus rules in China are continuing for a second night in some of the country's biggest cities. Demonstrators are frustrated at the tough restrictions, with some even calling for China's leader, President Xi, to resign. Rana Mitter, Professor of Chinese Politics and History at the University of Oxford, says Beijing may be refusing to relax restrictions due to poor vaccination rates among elderly people.
Even those who have taken a vaccine who are younger than that are taking the Chinese-made domestic vaccines, which simply aren't as effective. So there's a dilemma for the government. Do they import lots of American vaccines, which might look a bit embarrassing in nationalistic terms, or do they try and hold the line by keeping the borders closed without any kind of ending date for this policy?
The Transport Secretary Mark Harper has suggested striking rail workers could get a better pay deal if they agree to plans for reform. The RMT union is due to stage further industrial action in December and January in a long-running dispute with train operators. The managing editor of Rail magazine, Nigel Harris, says more cash for salary increases could be freed up if companies were able to introduce new technology.
The railway has been quite slow to get reform through in terms of technology, which at its most simple can be very high-tech cameras on trains which do inspections of the track, which means that you don't need as many men and women out there on the track, which is safer as well, of course, because they're not in harm's way. And there's a whole range of that sort of stuff which has been held up through the years.
Police have said the fatal stabbing of two 16-year-old boys just a mile apart in south-east London are linked. One teenager was found with stab wounds in Thamesmead yesterday evening. The second was discovered at Abbey Wood. Greater Manchester Police say a man found dead in Wigan with potentially hazardous substances on his body had been shot and doused in acid. The body of the man, who's been named as 38-year-old Liam Smith, was discovered on Thursday evening. Germany have kept their hopes of staying in the Football World Cup alive with a 1-1 draw against Spain. A late equaliser helped the Germans avoid a second defeat in a row. The former Man United goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel watched the match.
It's a fair reflection of what we've seen today. Two different styles of play, two different approaches, two of the best footballing nations in the world. Germany very, very much improved from 5 days ago. Looked solid. They looked in control.
Matt Hancock has been eliminated from I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in the final episode of the series. The former Health Secretary's decision to join the ITV show was controversial and resulted in him being suspended from the Conservative Party. The result means he's come third in this year's competition. And the weather: rain clearing in southeast England, showers pushing into western areas of Britain, largely dry elsewhere. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 10.
Now, BBC Radio 2 Unwinds with Angela Griffin.
Hello there, this is Radio 2 Unwinds and I'm Angela Griffin. Can you hear that? It is the soft pitter-patter of raindrops on the window. It's such a comforting sound, isn't it? Now, we have had quite a few downpours these past few weeks, and it's actually got me into a certain kind of mood. So whether it's raining where you are right now or not, I've got a rainy day playlist for you to reach for whenever you want to just hunker down. There's music on the way from Loyal Kana, Dido, and even a Guns N' Roses cover version. Yeah. First up though, let's start with a bit of Gabrielle.